Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back again with some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero info and updates here on the channel. We're going to actually go over some cool info in regards to translations, okay? These are better translations than the previous video that I did where I just used Google Translate. But big shout out to DBS Hype because he did get the HD scans, okay? These are the HD versions, not just the one that was taken with like a phone or like a camera, okay? The quality wasn't all that great, right? So big massive shout outs to Shonen Games, okay? Go check them out on Twitter. Shonen Games, good homie in the community. They put out all the full translations. We're gonna go over everything, and there was something very interesting to me that I don't think should be looked too far into, but I just thought it was cool, and I wanted to just kind of discuss it and my opinions on it in regards to the transformation mechanic, okay? It stated something about, like, you know, how the weather starts picking up and the wind starts going around and stuff, and it was just interesting because it reminded me of something that happened in the recent Dragon Ball Superhero movie. So first and foremost, let's actually go over the scans and everything. You guys saw it. These are just the HD, more high quality versions and everything. Let's go over what the actual translations state. So this is in order from the top to the bottom to the second page and all that stuff. There's a little bit of interesting information. So first and foremost, it says, the one the world has been waiting for. Yes, relive the legendary Super Warriors experience. Over a decade later, the epic series took the world by storm is back. The #1 Sparking series, the latest entry is finally unveiled, okay? So again, I want to reiterate because I see a lot of people saying like, oh, okay, like this is a completely different game or whatever, you know. I don't really want to say that. They're literally saying it right there. The latest entry is finally unveiled, okay? This is still part of the mainline Tenkaichi / Sparking series, okay? People keep saying, oh, this is Raging Blast 3 or whatever, because I guess, you know, you can deflect beams or something like that. And it's like, obviously they're going to take, you know, the cool new features that they added from their previous games, which the Raging Blast series was still, in a sense, kind of like Tenkaichi. It was, you know, more inspired by it and everything. It was still, you know, created by, developed by Spike and everything. But you have to, you know, you have to understand that this game is literally Tenkaichi 4. It still is Tenkaichi 4, okay? Even though it is considered more of a reboot, it's after, you know, almost 15 to 20 years since, you know, we played the game and everything, since we last had Tenkaichi 3. This is still utilizing it. You saw from the screenshots and everything, there are certain attacks, like, for example, Android 18, who's doing the sadistic 18 attack, where, you know, she, you know, kicks the player in the stomach and, you know, they fall over, and then she turns around and then does the beam, okay? That's like straight from Tenkaichi. Obviously, it was in Raging Blast as well, but it was in Tenkaichi first, right? So the charm of this series is its overwhelming number of playable characters and high level of actions and skills reproduced in the game. So they're literally going off of everything that we, the fans, want for this game. Okay, for the Tenkaichi series, we want a lot of playable characters and really sick, you know, animations that are based off of, you know, the series, okay? The developers' dedication to covering every Dragon Ball character has given players around the world a true becoming the character experience, okay? So yes, developers' dedication to covering every Dragon Ball character, okay? Keep that in mind as, you know, more information gets unveiled for this, okay? Writer Yonazawa, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that, recalls the second game, Tenkaichi 2, which introduced him to the story of Dragon Ball. He's seen the latest trailer in advance, and this game is seriously insane, okay? So, yeah, a lot of people, if you didn't know, got introduced to the Dragon Ball series through the video games. There have been several people that have done that. I'm included, okay? I got mainly, like, fully introduced to Dragon Ball Z back when my uncle bought me Legacy of Goku 2. I knew what Dragon Ball was, but I wasn't really watching it or didn't really know too much about, you know, a lot of anime at that time. I think the only anime I saw was probably Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. That was like the most popular thing. And then, you know, Dragon Ball started getting more popular and everything, and then I started getting into it after playing that game. I was obsessed with it. I literally, the next day, I went to Blockbuster at the time when they sold games and stuff, and I bought literally every single Dragon Ball game that they had available, because this was literally right after Christmas, and it was so hype. I played every Dragon Ball game. Like, I played Taiketsu, Supersonic Warriors, mainly all the stuff on Game Boy. I think, like, a month or two later, I went and I bought a PlayStation 1 and I got Ultimate Battle 22 and GT Final Bout. I was like, what is going on? There's so many crazy things. This is such an amazing experience, right? So, moving on here, an overwhelming number of Super Warriors appear, a super dense lineup that will even get fans going, okay? This is very exciting for this game, right? You know, putting a little bit of extra context and stuff, what's going on. Sparking battles, move at super high speed with flight while maintaining the series' traditional battle system of rush attacks and blowback pursuits. The fight has evolved into an even speedier and exhilarating 3D Dragon Ball action. A lot of people were worried that the gameplay was slow. I mean, you should have saw it from the trailer, you know, when Vegeta was fighting Frieza on Dying Namek or just like a dying planet or whatever. It showed how high speed everything was, okay? And I'm not saying this is like super fast, like, oh my god, it's so fast or whatever, but Raging Blast, I feel like the pace of that game and how the battle system worked, it was a little bit, you know, slower. You know, it was obviously different. Tenkaichi to me felt really fast, okay? I see it like this. Tenkaichi, the original, you know, trilogy or whatever, at least the third, you know, second and third game, that's kind of like the Super Smash Bros. Melee of Dragon Ball games in that sense, okay? It was much faster pace, higher speed. It felt crazy, right? A lot crazier than, you know, most Dragon Ball games. Raging Blast is more like, you know, Brawl or Smash 4 or even, you know, Smash Ultimate, I say, is a little bit faster. I think Smash Ultimate, you know, definitely did it a little bit better, but you know what I mean. You get what I'm saying? Sparking special attacks, a super explosion from Vegeta's Gallic Gun. Has the Gallic Gun ever been this flashy before? It boasts massive firepower that sends obstacles like boulders and buildings flying along with the opponent. We can't wait for the day we can use it for ourselves. Now, let's get into the thing that I found kind of interesting, okay? Which, I mean, we saw it from the trailer and everything, but I kind of wanted to do, like, a breakdown of it. So, the sparking transformations, aka just, you know, the Super Saiyan Blue thing that we saw. Goku transforms into Super Saiyan Blue with a look of great spirit, okay? This time around, okay? Charging up your ki causes the wind to stir, and the weather also changes, okay? The way that this translation states that, I don't think that it necessarily means it's gonna be like, oh, boom, like, it's gonna start raining and all that stuff, and, like, you know, electricity and lightning and stuff. Obviously, like I said, from the trailer that we saw, it shows it right here, okay? In the very first trailer that we saw, right? Let's go play by play with the very first initial trailer, okay? Okay, so the very first teaser trailer of Goku charging up and transforming in the Super Saiyan Blue, okay? The one back in March. Obviously, you know, this was not beta, but like it was still in development at the time. There are things that, you know, have obviously changed with it. But if we go frame by frame here, you see him charging it up. Basic stuff that you would expect from the Tenkaichi series. It looks, you know, normal and everything, okay? But as it goes and it flashes to the aura and everything, you see the wind picking up, okay? You see how there's like this part right here, which is like the camera getting covering by a gust of wind and dirt and stuff, okay? Things pick up, you know, you have the rocks going, and I know this is an obvious thing that's part of transformations, right? But then it's like you see the blue electricity and everything too, and then this happens where it's just an explosion, okay? Now, that's what they mean, okay? They're not saying like, oh, you know, the weather's gonna start snowing or anything like that. Okay, obviously that would be sick, right? But this is just from the gameplay that we saw in, you know, the beta and everything. You see the burst of wind and everything, and just like the aura and the particles, and you see the grass flowing and all that stuff. Again, just very obvious stuff, part of what you would expect, right? Now, on the most recent trailer, okay, with Goku and Vegeta side by side, it's a similar thing, but you see that it definitely, you know, they definitely changed it up a bit, right? You still have the green kind of aura, you know, based off of the Broly movie and everything. But look at this part right here, where you can, like, literally see it, okay? You literally see the wind, okay? You can see it in the background. There's actual, like, wind streaks and everything, okay? So that's what they're basically meaning. And now when it comes to the ultimate attacks, I feel like this makes it look more like the environment and the weather is changing. This looks more like it, okay? You have the background and everything gets dark, super dark, okay? See that? And then it's like, obviously the aura really plays into it, but that's what I'm getting from what they mean by environmental changes and shit, right? Now, something that I think would be really cool if it's, you know, supposed to be more in tune and in line with how these animations were from the actual series, for example, Gohan, at least for superhero Gohan, okay? As you guys remember in the movie, one thing that was really, really cool that they added in here was when Gohan goes from Super Saiyan to Ultimate, or Potential Unleashed or whatever, it's raining, okay? It's dark and it's raining outside, but after he transforms, it's such immense, power. It like shakes the earth and it completely brightens up and changes the weather, okay? That's how powerful, these transformations, these characters are, that they can literally change the weather in the series, okay? It goes from raining to that burst of energy, and that light completely disperses the clouds, and it just, boom, see? No more rain, okay? I thought that was a sick feature, so I hope they end up doing that, right, in, this game with that specific transformation. And who knows, we might see some more crazy things like that too, okay? When Broly first transforms in the Broly movie or whatever, the environment definitely changes. I'm not saying the weather changes, but like everything turns green, right? So it states right here, the environment that changes with each moment in Punch Pack production will take your super soldiers, what is this, Captain America, experience to even greater heights. Characters from Dragon Ball Super will also be playable, which we know that. More information will be shared in the future. Don't miss it, okay? So that's pretty much the main gist of it. I just wanted to talk about the full translations that are better, okay? Like I did in the bootleg translations. They were close. They were definitely better than what they used to be, but these right here, Shonen Games, you can rely on this dude. He does a good job of it, right? So I'm very excited for this game. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Would you like to see a mechanic like this, for other transformations that actually would change the weather? For example, Gohan. I think it'd be really sick. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring my notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet!